Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing weekend. My name's Vicky. Okay, and so in today's live, I want to give you 7 signs that you could be living in the past and not even realizing it. Okay, and so I was on Google and I found this website. I can't remember what it's called, but if you guys want me to send you the link with this exact article that I'm going to talk about today, then I can send it to you. Okay, I can certainly find what the website's called and I can send it over to you if you would like. Okay, so 7 signs that you could be living in the past and not even know it. Okay, so I hope you get value from this. I'm just going to dive straight in. Okay, so number 1, the first sign that you could be living in the past is you hold on to your childhood, whether it was good or bad. So maybe your childhood, let's just go with bad for now. Let's say your childhood was not good. Let's say it was super traumatic. Maybe you went through abuse. Maybe you went through something horrendous in your childhood and you hang on to it. You still feel all the feelings today that you felt back then. You still think about it all the time. Maybe you're still angry about something that happened in your childhood. Maybe it's just, maybe you've got PTSD from what happened in your childhood. That is a very definite sign that you're living in the past. Okay? And even if you had a good childhood and and maybe in your adult life, maybe you feel like your childhood was better than your adulthood, and you're hanging on to that could still mean you're living in the past too. I mean, it's perfectly fine to look back on your childhood and remember it and remember things that happened. Even if you had an amazing childhood, it's normal to want to think about it and talk about it and say, yeah, my childhood was awesome, we used to do this, we did that, we went here, it was just amazing. But if it's all you think about and you wish that you could go back to that, or there's just maybe you were maybe you were happier as a child than you are now as an adult, that could still be a sign that you're living in the past. And if you're living in the past, it means you're not living in the present. There's a quote that I love that says you can't move forward while you're looking back. And so that's completely true. While you're clinging to past memories, whether they're memories from your adulthood or childhood, you're not actually in the present and you can't move forward and you can't even appreciate your present or here and now while you're looking back, whether that's recent past or a long time ago when you were a child. Okay? So holding on to your childhood, that is a definite sign. And that's not just even remembering your childhood, but that's really, really clinging to the memory that of your childhood, whether it was good or bad. That is a really clear sign that you're living in the past. Okay? Number 2 is, I've made notes by the way if I'm looking down. Number 2 is you blame yourself for everything. So if you're the kind of person that maybe you're always saying sorry to people, even when you've done nothing wrong, it just kind of rolls off the tongue, like breathing. If you're always it's a habit for you to just say sorry, maybe I don't know, you just say sorry to everyone you meet and there's no reason for you to say sorry, you haven't hurt them, you just keep apologizing. Or you are just, you feel like everything that happens is your fault. That's another clear sign that you're living in the past, because it can come from feelings of unforgiveness. Maybe you did something in the past and it really hurt somebody. This is just an example. Maybe you did something in the past and it really hurt somebody and you can't forgive yourself. So maybe now with people that you meet, you could be trying to make it up to that person through other people. So maybe you're always just every little thing that goes wrong, you think it's your fault. You always want to please people because you don't ever want anyone to feel hurt or upset by you. That's a very clear sign that you're living in the past, because it comes, like I said, it comes from feelings of unforgiveness. Sometimes it's so easy for us to forgive other people, but if we do something that, you know, we find it hard to forgive ourselves because maybe we don't think we deserve forgiveness, but you know, we all deserve forgiveness, like whether it's forgiving somebody else for something that they did to us or forgiving ourselves for something that we might have done. Like, we all deserve a second chance. Okay, so if you're holding on to anything, if you feel like you haven't forgiven yourself for something and you are, you know, you blame yourself for everything, just really think what happened in my past to make me the way I am today, to make me always want to apologize for people and to make me always want to blame myself for everything, okay? Because everything is not your fault. Like, it's not. You don't need to, unless you really do something to someone, there's no reason to apologize. There's a book out there, I've been meaning to read it. It's by Rachel Hollis. It's called Girl Stop Apologizing. I think she, like, mostly, you know, targets women with her books, but men, you know, could read it too, I guess. You know, I'm really, really bad, and you were never able to forgive that person. That feeling, those feelings, years maybe. Maybe it's not really bad. Maybe it was just, maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, or maybe you didn't get the relationship you wanted, but maybe you saw someone else you saw someone else maybe get something that you wanted. It doesn't have to be something that's really, really bad that's happened to you. Just being a bit jealous. Like I said later, before, it was mine, and okay, I absolutely have no idea what happened there. I was about to, like, move on, and then the phone just it just went black. So I thought that the battery had died, but it hadn't. It just kind of went back to the home screen. Okay, so I was on number 4. Number 4 was you compare everyone and everything to the past. So this is another clear sign that you're in the past. Like I said, open up past, you compare the present to the past, whether the past was better than the present and you wish you could go back, or the past is better, the present is better now, and you're kind of like still comparing it to the past, or like the way things were, but you're talking about your past or you're talking about someone else's. This is another clear sign that you live in the past, because you shouldn't be bringing up the past, especially if it's like every conversation you have, you just always comparing to the past. That isn't, people that live in the present and are focused on the future, they don't do that. They're not always comparing things to the past. So if there's any kind of like, you know, it's just isn't like normal to always bring up the past, whoever it also matters. Okay. So number 5. This is another one. You are terrified of change. So if you're someone that hates it when things change, even positive changes, like people that are very, especially again if your past was, you know, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm just trying to think of the right words. People that like don't like change, often they're kind of almost like insecure, because especially even if it's a positive change, like they like to always know what's going on. They don't like it when things change, especially if it's like a sudden change, even if it's a good change. Like if you're living in the past, you're probably, you know, especially if things were good in your past and you wanted to keep them that way, and so when things change, you know, you don't like it. Okay, you know, change is scary, and you know it's always scary, but it's what is, you know, meant to happen. So number 6, this is another one, being vengeful. Like this is another clear sign. Like if someone has hurt you in the past, I think we can all relate to this. I definitely can relate to this one. Being vengeful of people that have hurt you in the past. I can tell you, I've definitely been vengeful in the past, and revenge, or if you're someone that takes revenge on people, it always seems to come back harder on the person taking revenge. Like the karma seems to be so much worse for the person taking revenge than it does for the person that originally hurt you. Like it just doesn't, it can like seep into your whole life and destroy your whole life if you're vengeful and you just, you know, you're planning, someone hurt you and all you can think about is how you can hurt them back, even if it's been years. Like that is a very clear sign that you haven't moved on and that you're living in the past. Okay, so that is a really, really obvious one. Everyone who, you know, people that are vengeful, obviously they're not at peace, they haven't moved on. I know that. I mean, the last time, not going into it, I tried to take revenge on someone and it like affected the next few years of my life. And I don't even think that person I was trying to take revenge on was really that affected by it. It seemed to all come back on me. And so, you know, that's something that, you know, next time, like when people hurt me now, I just let them go. Revenge isn't even on my mind. Number 7, so this is the last one. Another sign that you're living in the past is you have low self-esteem. So low self-esteem comes from something that occurred in the past. It comes from feelings of, you know, maybe in the past someone made you feel like you weren't good enough. Someone made you feel like they knocked your confidence. Maybe they told you you weren't good enough, maybe they humiliated you, and you've had low self-esteem ever since. It's I made some notes, I'm just reading what I've said about it. If you're like trapped in feelings of self-esteem and not being enough, that probably does come from people that you surround yourself with. Like if you're to feel real. That's another sign that you're living in the past, because if you're thinking about it over and over, you're going to get the same feelings that you had while you were still in it. Does that make sense? And it kind of keeps you trapped. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that freezing on camera. I'm not even sure why. Maybe it's my signal, isn't it? I mean, I'm probably on my mobile data. Anyway, I hope that's helpful to you. If this was helpful, I can, and you would like more information on this, I actually have 7 ways for you to become unstuck. So if you feel like maybe you do live in the past a little bit, if any of these signs relate to you, I've actually got something I can send you. It's called 7 Ways to Get Unstuck. So if you found this helpful and you relate to this, that will definitely help you. If you would like me to send you that and the website link that I got this information from, then shoot me a message or comment below and I'll get them over to you. Hope you enjoy your Saturday evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.